Are you there?
Okay,
We good to go? All right.
take it away, Monica.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy that you took the time, just even 30 minutes out of your evening, to come together and hear a little bit more about what it's like to start a scout and cellar wine business in the e-commerce world. We're very excited to talk to you. We've got several people on the call tonight who are going to be chatting and just sharing a little bit about the industry, the opportunity, the company, the products, and why we just feel like it's an incredible time to start a wine business. So I just a few little reminders: pour yourself a glass of wine, enjoy yourself tonight, sit back and relax. Do keep yourself on mute if you wouldn't mind, but please feature yourself on video. We'd love to see your faces. And if you have any questions, just type them into the chat box and we will do our best to answer them throughout and then also at the end of the call. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am one of your hosts. Elizabeth, do you have the slides going yet?
Oh, so we're gonna use the slides from your end?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Perfect. Then I will.
Oh, you do. Okay. So yeah, hang on.
You got me for sharing. Love the tech stuff. Okay. Here we go. All right. So why start an e-commerce wine business? That's what we're going to be covering tonight. Like I said, I'm Monica McQueen. I'm an associate director with Scout and Cellar. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I am a wife and mom of two busy and fabulous and super sassy teenagers. And I started my wine business about 1.5 years ago, actually. And I was a very busy corporate event planner, very full-time. And I definitely did not need anything that would add to my plate. But when I heard that this was a ground floor opportunity, which we'll talk to you about in a little bit, I just couldn't say no. And frankly, I absolutely fell in love with the wine. Of course, it's delicious and amazing, but it actually just made me feel better than grocery store wine. I would wake up in the middle of the night, like at exactly 3 a.m. on the dot every time, all hot, looking bad, and my heart would just be racing for at least an hour. I would not be able to get back to sleep. And I'm telling you, like after babies, I can't give up sleep anymore. Like I just couldn't do it. And our wines are so clean and pure that didn't happen for me. It totally changed my game. So of course I fell in love with it. And between the ground floor opportunity and the wines, I'm so glad I said yes, because like 45 million other Americans, I was laid off in March due to COVID. Because, surprise, people aren't throwing massive conferences anymore. So basically, I'm just so glad that I started this business. I worked it while I was working full time. I worked it into the nooks and crannies of my life, which was great and easy to do, frankly, with my corporate job. But now I'm working it more full time. And I'll tell you what, my wine business has saved us. It has definitely been a huge financial blessing, and it's just growing every single month. As bad as COVID has been, it's been a big blessing on the wine business. People are drinking. So anyhow, I feel like the biggest blessing though has been in the community that I have found. These people, these women, these men are so smart and so dang fun and hilarious. And I've met new people, and I have brought old people who I haven't connected with in a really long time back into my life. And that has been the biggest blessing for me. So I'm going to turn it over to one of those people, Jill, who is one of my teammates, and she's going to introduce herself. You go, girl.
All right. Thanks, Monica.
Yeah.
I'm Jill Vermire. I am one of her old friends that reconnected. We were sorority sisters, actually, which I know we look like we just graduated college, but it's actually a really long time ago. I'm by trade a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have a private practice. I've been doing this for about 20 years, and I specialize in trauma, sex, and addiction. So very lighthearted topics. I'm also a mom. I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old stepdaughter and a husband who's like my third child, but don't tell him that. And I first discovered Scout and Cellar. I saw Monica posting about it. And I had, in my early 30s, started having reactions to some wine sometimes. I would get a very, very bright red rash called the Asian flush is what I had discovered. I could never figure out the real cause of it because it didn't always happen. It was just random on certain wines. And so when I heard her posting about Clean Crafted, I thought, well, maybe I'll give it a try and just see, just because I love wine. And ever since I've been drinking these wines, I've never once had my reaction. And that was a game changer for me. Then I talked to her about the business opportunity because why not make some commission on my wines? And it was sort of a no-brainer signing up as a consultant. I will never not drink wine, and I will never not talk about this wine. So why not? So I signed on. And I was in sessions with clients all day long. So if my throat is scraggly, it's just kind of been therapizing all day. So, and this has been, and what has happened since I signed on and learning more and more about this business is not just about wine, is I've found connection and community, which I didn't really realize I wanted or needed. I've been working alone in private practice for all these 20 years. And I have friends, but not at work because I work by myself. So this has also brought in this element of fun and team and support and connection that is so addictive and so fun and so amazing. And I did not know that I would be getting that when I signed on, but it's continues to be an incredible experience. So and then, the reason I stuck with it is I realized as I was going, I love what I do for a living, but it's also very heavy and I've been doing it a long time and I'm kind of burned out and it's not quite as fulfilling as it used to be. And when I've discovered how lucrative this business can be and somewhat quickly, I had a kind of light bulb moment where I realized I would much rather do this full time and do my private practice sort of on the side as a boutique thing and just pick and choose the clients that I'd like to work with. And it's very much a possibility. So my goal is in the next 3 years to replace my income that I've been making all these years with my wine business and have a side private practice, to continue doing the clinical work that I do. So with that, I will pass it to Kate and Mike.
You want to go first? What me do?
Yeah, I'm Mike, and this is Kate. Obviously, I'm actually a life insurance agent by practice, and I've been in all sorts of different types of sales jobs. Kate and I started this. It actually was one of those things where she had me try the wines. I'm a frequent migraine. I suffer from migraines, and wine, cheese, certain things like that, they would really bother me. So this all started when I had some of it. It was absolutely delicious, which was great. So I always loved the wine, love wine. And then when I had, these Scout and Cellar wines, they just made me feel so much better. I had to figure out what was going on about it. So there was really no, nothing that kind of led us to it. It was just one of those things where I drank it. I fell in love with the wine, and that's what did it for me.
I'm actually a nutritionist and chef, and I had one of our wonderful clients reach out to me about 1.5 years ago and was like, I've got this awesome wine. I would love for you to experience it. And I didn't even think twice. I signed up and I did nothing with it for over a year. Just kind of sat on the back burner. You know, I didn't really know how to work it into my life. And then Mike was like, oh my gosh, I love this wine. Where are you getting it from? And so in June, we started a Facebook group and we had an awesome first month. And I never really thought I could make actual money from it. It was always kind of like a side thing. And our first month, we made more money than we really recognized. And we were like, okay, this could be a thing. And 4 months in, we've got a team and we are paying for vacations and we're drinking for free, which was our whole goal when we started this.
I was going to say what started as being able to drink for free and pay for our wines that were making me feel so much better turned into, wow, this month just blew up and now we've got a vacation paid for. And while we're on vacation, we have a way to continue to make money. You know, for me, life insurance, I don't really do anything on vacation. I make money when I'm working, but then when I'm not working, it's just, you know, I'm just sitting there and it's pretty nice to be able to have something to continue to, you know, have income coming in and it's just going to continue to grow. I mean, it seems as though we're pretty much in agreement that this is going to be the vessel that we're going to use moving forward to have a joint income coming through to be able to afford us a lot of things that we probably, you know, weren't expecting.
Because like Jill, I have my own business and it's one of those things where you kind of work alone and I can travel, which is amazing and do whatever I want. But like, this is a fun kind of community that I thrive on. And it's a lot more fun than my day job sometimes. So it's something I look forward to. And we've kind of worked it into, you know, the nooks and crannies of our days as well. And it hasn't taken a ton of time. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just sharing wine with people, you know, for me, especially being somebody who sells, you know, life insurance, it's not something everybody wants to talk about, you know, so being able to go to talk to people about wine, it's pretty easy. I mean, everybody's drinking wine, you know, and later on we'll talk about it a little bit, but everybody knows people that drink wine. And if not you, gonna, you know, mention it to them at some point with the way the Scout and Cellar is growing, another Scout and Cellar consultant is gonna sell your friend or your family member the wine. So you might as well just be that person to go ahead and share it with them and make a little bit of money doing it.
Okay, well, let's throw it over to Jill.
All right, let me move all of you out of my way so I can see the slides. All right, so why wine? Wine is a $72 billion annual industry in the United States. And if you look at that and compare it to markets like the beauty market, which is 18 billion a year, vitamin and supplements about 37 billion a year, it's obvious, you know, wine is a leader in sales. With COVID and the quarantines, the direct-to-consumer market has exploded and has gone to like increased 551%. And that's just since March, when everything shut down. It's a highly consumable product and frequent repeat business. So if you think about like a beauty company, and you're going to sell people some makeup and some face cream, it's probably going to take them a month or more to need to restock their supply. If you think about wine, I don't know if you're anything like me, I might drink a bottle or two a week or more. And I need to restock much more frequently. And that's true for my clients. You know, my customers are going to be restocking a lot, much more than a lot of other direct sales companies. So it is recession resistant. I have a list, so those kinds of words are fun for me. Recession resistant product, which means wine's not going anywhere. Wine will always be here. It is not going anywhere. And it's already mostly in people's budgets. So even when things are ebbing and flowing and changing, people want their wine. They're not going to be willing to give that up. It does have a social element. It brings people together. Like I said, there's community and connection in this business. And not just with team members, but with all of my customers. There are people I've reached out to and had tastings with and connected with that I haven't connected with in a long time. And then you meet a lot of new people along the way. So it's very, very social, which is great. It's a very fun product to learn about. I can say coming in, I knew what kinds of wines I liked, but I didn't know a whole lot more about wine. And since joining as a consultant, I have learn and continue to learn. And it's really fun. I actually think I may even want to pursue something, certification at some point. So this company, Scout and Cellar, was founded by Sarah Shadnitz. She's a former lawyer out of Texas. She decided to pursue her level 3 WSET, which is a wine and spirit education trust. It's a certification. And as she was going, she discovered that there are lots and lots of things added to wines that are mass produced that were very concerning to her. And she figured out quickly that they were what were causing headaches for her. So she has been the first person to market clean crafted wines. And a big part of our company is educating and making people aware of what is actually in mass produced wines. What a lot of people didn't know, including me before I came into this business, was that mass produced wines can have up to 250 different kinds of chemicals and additives, up to 300 different pesticides. Mass produced wine companies can add up to 16 or more grams of sugar to a bottle of wine, which was shocking to me. I didn't even know they could do that. And then a ton of sulfites. One of my team members had studied biodynamic farming and wanted to be a winemaker. She did a talk for my team, told us a lot about all of that, and told us that she had witnessed, even at some mass-produced wine companies, them pouring vats of sulfites, which is a liquid, vats of it into wine, which appalled me, honestly. We have sold 3 million plus bottles to date and over $100 million in 3 years. We did just celebrate our 3-year birthday last month. No, 2 months ago. God, it's October already. In August, we just celebrated 3 years, which was incredible. And we are projected to be $1 billion company.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I'm going to take it from here. Continuing on what Jill said about why Scout and Cellar. Our wines are lab tested and certified twice, 2 different times before they're added to our collection. They're tested at UC Davis to make sure that there are no added sugars, no pesticides, no chemicals, and the lowest sulfites in the industry. We do have at least 80 to more than 100 different wines in our constant rotation, which is amazing. They're delivered directly to your doorstep, which is super cool. But what's really cool is that we care for the earth. Like, we support more than 2,000 acres of regenerative farming. And those farmers are making sure that they care for the earth, that they balance it, that they put more into it than they take from it. So that's super cool. And then we're a compliance-led company. So, our founder is an attorney. Her husband is on the board. He's an attorney. There are so many attorneys who are responsible for keeping us compliant to make sure that we are diligent in caring for all the different laws that are so different throughout every single state. So that just means that we have job security. We're not going anywhere because, we're following the laws. We're making sure we're ahead of the game. So, and then, this slide goes to show you that we're more than just wine. We are actually creating a movement, a clean crafted adult beverage movement that involves more than just wine. It involves spritzers, like, comparing to White Claw, like, they got nothing on us. I mean, these are fantastic white wine spritzers, rosé spritzers. We're coming out with a brand new launch this month of apple cider spritzers, which I'm so excited about. Yay! We also have created this entirely new category of charcoal filtered mixables, which are basically clean crafted, grape based, charcoal filtered spirit alternatives. That's a lot in one breath, but I will tell you, these things are delicious. They're called Wilderness Road. Those are the 2 clear bottles that look like alcohol or liquor on there. And we've got one that tastes similar to vodka, one that is an alternative to gin, which is unbelievable. Love it so much. We have canned wines. Like, who would have ever thought that canned wines would be absolutely delicious? But, you know, they're usable for outdoor stuff, whatever. But, you know, even when you just want to have one glass, I mean, I don't know when that is, but I mean, some people do like to have just one glass, and those cans are perfect for that. We have a Scout Circle Club. Our wine club ships monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly. So that's awesome. Of course, we've got tons of holiday gift sets. We're running the gamut. We are more than wine. We're educating people. I mean, do you remember hearing about the clean food movement when that started? And do you remember hearing about organic food for the first time? Like, that is the level that we are playing on when we are creating this clean crafted beverage, adult beverage movement. So moving on to why now, this is the best question. This is the number one reason that I started my wine business, is that we are a ground floor opportunity right now. We are a little bitty baby. We are 3 years old. And it is just the best time to start. Can you imagine being one of those people, those consultants in the early formative years of doTERRA or Rodan and Fields or Arbonne, these gigantic mammoth companies in direct sales that are now, some of them are 20 and 30 years old or more, and have millions of consultants. Like, those people are gazillionaires. Like, this is what really made me go, okay, I've got a full-time job, but I don't care, because I will make time for this. Hey, teenager. That is, you know, this is an incredible, really once in a lifetime opportunity, I feel like. We have about 13,000 consultants. Really only half of them are actually actively building the business. The others are enjoying their, you know, wine at a discount. But look at the state that you're in this consultants by state map, and check out the, you know, the percentage by state of our consultants. You can see that, I mean, single digits or like less than 1% in so many states. But I'll have to be honest with you, even in Texas, where Elizabeth is from and many of our team is from, they're at nearly 30% saturation there. But I'll tell you what, every one of them says they continue to meet on a daily basis people who have never heard of Scout and Cellar. Like, we are not a household name yet, but we will be. We are on that $1 billion company road. And if you don't tell your friends about it, somebody else will. That is a guarantee. So I'm a competitive person. That's why I joined this business. I wanted to be the first to tell them. And frankly, you know, again, why now? Like, we are going into the busiest time of the year. The next 3 months, the last quarter, between now and the end of the year, our company will make 50% of its annual revenue in just these next few months. That's insane. So if you're considering this opportunity, do not wait, because this is the time. This is an incredible time to start your business. And, you know, these are some fun little graphs. The one on the left is talking about the typical growth patterns of network marketing companies. So we're the little red oval right there, right on the precipice of going into that momentum phase where you're skyrocketing up. And as you can see in the type, it says, you know, the momentum phase is where exponential growth kicks in. Fortunes can be made overnight by those lucky few who got into the company before it went into momentum. Cheers to that, my friends. Partners in Wine. We're going to be doing that. Yes. We are just about to hit that momentum phase. I guarantee you it will be pretty much by the end of this year. The this chart on the right is from Rodan and Fields. We love that company, have utmost respect for that company. They're the #1 skincare company in America. They're phenomenal. But I just want to show you a little bit of a comparison. So look at the first 3 years of their business. So they had 3 million the first year, 10 the next year, and about 57 the third year. So just for comparison's sake, our first year was 20 million. That was our 5-year goal, and we reached that in 8 months. So 20 million the first year, we reached 40 million the second year, so doubling our percentage. And this year we're wrapping it up. It looks like we're going to be anywhere from 80 to 100 million dollars in our third year. So I don't know any kind of better situation than that as far as amazing product, amazing timing, incredible industry with tons of growth opportunities. So with that, I'm going to send it over to Mike and Kate.
Yeah, so why you? I mean, anybody that's sitting here thinking about why, why would it be me that would get started in this? And I mean, I've really got 3 things. I mean, you drink wine, you have the time, and you have contacts. I mean, that's really all that you need for it to be you to go ahead and do this. There's so many different things that you can do with this. You don't have to be a full-time consultant. You can make this something like we said when we first started, to where you just want to get a discount on your own wine, kind of pay for your own wine. So be the friends and family consultant, go ahead and sell to mom, cousins, anybody. And it's just really, really easy to do. And as you start to do that, you'll see how quickly it turns into a hobby. You do a couple tastings. The tastings are pretty fun. And it's just really, really fun to share that stuff with people. And then it's like 1 or 2 months, you make a good amount of money, and you think to yourself, man, if I could do that every single month, then this is going to be amazing. If I can just do this every single month. And then you do that for a couple months, and now it's at the point where you're like, wow, I think that I can probably, in a little bit of time with a little bit of work, I could probably quit my job, make this a full-time deal. And, like everybody's been talking about, there's no better time to do this, just learning about the wines, and what's going on with the business. This is definitely going to be a long-term deal. It's the perfect time to get into it. Stuff is growing so rapidly. They're always coming out with new wines. They're always coming out with new drinks. The leadership of the company, all the way from Sarah down, they always seem to make changes that are for the better. I've never seen a change that's come in that's been, a change that didn't help. It's always helped us out. We've loved all that stuff. So it's just heading in such a good direction. And why you? I mean, there's just, why not you? What is the, what would hold somebody back from this? Nothing. There's nothing there that would answer, the question of why you shouldn't do it. It's just such a perfect deal right now.
And to be honest, there's no pressure. A lot of other companies similar to this one, there's pressure to sell. And with this, it's literally make of it what you want. But once you start talking to people, everybody drinks wine. Like all of our friends drink wine. Everybody's trying to drink a little bit healthier wine because they're drinking more wine. So it's a perfect opportunity. I mean, every conversation it comes up just so naturally, and there's really no pressure. So that's what I like about it, is that it's kind of snowballed where, you have fun and you just want to do more, and it doesn't take up any more time in your day, but your little snowball grows. Yeah.
I mean, like Jill said too, she was talking about that. Thank you for that. We just had our birthday, and I mean, what fast start. I know you're a little more versed with the fast start, but it's just a really nice way to get people started right when they come in. You only need to hit $600, get you 4 free bottles of wine, as long as you get started by the end of October, and talk a little bit about how that's helped us, with as team building portion of it. We've really used that to help our people that have come in, it's helped them a lot, and just kind of talk about
and building your business. So Scout and Cellar gives you this fast start opportunity, which to me, the more we drink the wine, the more we talk about the wine, the more we sell the wine. So what's really cool is their first 4 months, if you hit $600 once a month for 4 months, you get 4 free bottles of wine, which that's enough wine to get started. And you really have no other investment than your initial business starter kit. So it makes it just super easy. And then again, once you start drinking it and sharing it, people are going to start buying it. And there's just so many great opportunities to almost build your business in a really affordable way, which blew my mind at first when we first started. You hit $600 in sales and you're set for a little while. And also this month, they're doing an amazing incentive to build your team, which team was never on our radar. We literally started this just to sell, and both of us are pretty good at sales. So we've had a lot of fun with just selling wine. But then they popped up with, okay, you get a person on your team, you get them to fast start, they get 4 free bottles, you get $200 in Sky Wallet, which that's a lot of free wine. So
And a $50 bonus.
yeah. And it's just, it's so many just opportunity after opportunity to build this business, and they just support you every step of the way. And it makes it a no-brainer. Like, obviously we're going to recruit because we want that Sky Wallet, and we're helping our people to get their, them started off well. So it really sets everyone up to, again, sort of snowball.
Yeah, be successful for sure. And like she mentioned with the business kit, that's all it takes to get started. So what does it take to get started? They have this wonderful business kit. It's, $249. It's free shipping. It comes with 4 bottles of wine. And they're really good bottles of wine, and you're going to use those to sell. But it's just so nice because if you just bought 4 bottles of wine, so really you're only looking at $149 that you pay into it, which it doesn't take hardly anything to make that money back. They give you some other cool stuff too, like a little wine tote, and you've got a bottle opener and these nice tasting cards. We use it all the time. It's awesome. There's so much training. They have scout school, which that sounds like school. I never really liked school, but it's so informative, and it's very easy to digest. Sarah, I'm amazed at Sarah and what a good job she's done. She set this company up so well. I'm really impressed with what she's done with this. I've been with a few different companies in sales industry, and this is the best run one that I've ever been with. So like Kate said, there's no monthly quotas. It's just a lot of fun. You hop on. Even if you just buy some wine, share it with your friends, but you're going to see how quickly people buy it. If you just mention to people low sugar wine, like what you brought you onto the call, what made you buy it the first time? Somebody mentions low sugar wine, like nothing added and a little bit of, like no carbs in there or whatever, 0.5 carbs per liter. A lot of people like that stuff. Monica was talking about, think about when organic food started coming in and healthy eating. We're right in that spot. And that is really a hot button for people that it doesn't take much conversation to get them going. So there's really no reason to wait. I would hop on, definitely, take advantage of that fast start, and, just think, why me? A couple of years down the road, who the heck knows what this is going to be for you and your family.
Yeah. Some of the ladies who are like way ahead of us, they just added 1 consultant a month. They just done one thing. They work an hour a day or a half hour. It's, they just kind of fit it in. And again, it sort of builds on it, on top of itself, which is so cool. And then again, no monthly quotas, which is huge for us because, at first I just signed up literally to buy my own wine, and I didn't want to feel pressure to have to sell it. And selling it just kind of happened, but it was great to just know I didn't have to do anything if I didn't want to. But of course, once we start, it can't stop. And then, earn commission on your personal. So anytime we do the wine club, we actually make money off of our wine club. We buy gifts. All of our people's Christmas gifts are coming from Scout and Cellar. We make commission on that. And this was huge for me. My dad's my accountant for my business, and he's always looking for tax deductions. And he's like, Kate, you got to get some more tax deductions. So that was another thing that for me was super appealing, being a business owner, being able to write more things off. And again, like we basically write all of our wine off. All of my wine is, used for entertaining, used for gifts, used for and what another amazing, thing to add.
No brainer.
And again, it's amazing wine.
Just the tax savings alone, if you just took how much you spend a month, even if it's $100 a month, if you write all that stuff off in taxes, you'll probably make the $150 investment back.
Yeah. So worth every bit.
Thank you guys so much. Well, that is kind of wrapping it up for this portion of it. We're going to definitely go into some Q&A in just a minute, but we just want to, I love this quote at the end. There's nothing more expensive than a missed opportunity. I really believe, and so many of us do, that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity that is not easily passed up. So if you have questions, please stick around, put it in the chat. We will be answering questions in the end, but really just want to extend an invitation to you. You are welcome. We would love to share this business with you. There is room for everyone. There's room at the top. There is, the people that make up our team are so diverse, men and women, young, old. My 72-year-old mother is a consultant. I don't think she's the oldest, but she's darn close. It doesn't matter your age.
My 71-year-old dad is a consultant too.
Oh, good. It's awesome. We have professionals, we have CEOs and attorneys and event planners and real estate people and teachers and nurses and doctors and professional athletes, stay-at-home parents. Everybody is able to do this business. Introverts and extroverts alone. We have lots of both. So we just want to say thank you for your time and you're welcome on our team. We'd love to have you. So, Elizabeth, I don't know if you want to stop the recording and then